gosh, they're everywhere. Oh. Hey guys, how's it going? So I wanted to do a video for you today on what I eat in a day. This was requested on one of my first videos, so I figured I'd do that for you. So that being said, I'm gonna start my breakfast. It's actually really late in the day. I haven't eaten a thing. My stomach is practically screaming at me. It's like 1:40 right now. It's 1:37 right now, and it's so late. My first meal of the day is always a smoothie bowl. It's always some type of shake, smoothie, doesn't matter. That's typically always what it is. I love starting my morning off with something sweet, and I just love fruit. So you can't really go wrong with it, honestly. It never gets old. But anyway, so because it is a pre-workout meal, quote unquote, I am going to add in certain powders that I like to use that help give me energy. Since I am gluten-free, it's really hard for me to find pre-workout powders that I can just buy anywhere that don't have gluten in them. So I actually buy a couple different natural root powders and whatnot that kind of help give you energy and increase your stamina and your blood flow for you. So I just wanted to kind of go through what I'm going to eat today and take you with me, and just kind of how I make it. So you're supposed to be drinking half of your body weight in ounces. So if you just want to do the math really fast, pull out your calculator. Currently I weigh exactly 140. So I divide that in half, and that equals 70. So I'm supposed to be drinking 70 ounces. This is 1.5 liters, which contains 50.7 ounces. So I can drink 1.5 of these or so, and get away with my daily intake. But yeah, so let's go make a smoothie bowl. I'm starving. I can't wait to show you guys how I make mine. Mwah. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. So I'm just laid out everything for the smoothie bowl. My bananas are not spotted yet, so I'm just gonna leave those out. But if you want to, you can absolutely add in like a frozen banana or so, however many you want. But here I've just got everything I like to put in my smoothies. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the main ingredient, which is my acai strip. This is the sweetened original blend. You can do sweetened and or unsweetened. You want to wait a few minutes, just take it out of the freezer and then wait a few minutes for it to thaw a little bit, and then you can kind of break it in the bag because it can get a little difficult to blend. The next thing I'm going to add in there are frozen blueberries. I get these from Publix. I just get a massive bag. I'm just going to take a cup, scoop some. That should do. After that, I'm going to go ahead and start adding in my powders. So the first powder I'm going to use is just a little bit of spirulina powder. I like to put all of my powders in jars so I can just kind of see them. I also think they're a little bit cuter in my cupboard. So I'm probably going to take, can you see that? And then the next ingredient that I'm going to put in is a heaping tablespoon of cacao powder. This is amazing for giving you energy, and it also promotes blood flow. Right, so the next ingredient I'm going to use is ashwagandha powder. So this powder is found at Nutrition Smart. This actually helps to increase stamina. So this is amazing for your joints and keeping your stamina going. So if I'm going to be doing high volume or anything like that, really good to use. I'm going to take a little bit, I don't know about that much. Can you see? And then the next powder I'm going to be using is maca powder. Maca powder, again, is amazing for energy. It has plenty of antioxidants in it and also helps with blood flow. Again, I'm going to be taking about that much. So the final powder ingredient I'm going to be using is my protein. This is by the brand Orgain. This is organic protein, plant-based protein powder. This is in the flavor of vanilla bean. I like to do about a scoop of this. One serving is 2 scoops. I'm just going to do a scoop. So as for my wet ingredients, I'm gonna go ahead and put in a large dash of beetroot juice. You won't even taste this in the smoothie. Everything else overpowers this by a long shot, but this is amazing for getting a good pump. This actually is great for blood flow and circulation. Beets are amazing for that. And it also creates nitric oxide in your body, which then turns into that dilation. It causes a pump. So I don't measure this again, I just, same thing with the coconut water. I'm gonna put in some of that. It's amazing for electrolytes. This is great post-workout as well, because it's just gonna help replenish your body and your muscles. I'm gonna put, this is gonna be my other liquid in my smoothie, so I'm gonna put a little bit more than I did of the beetroot. And then I'm also adding vitamin D3. This is in liquid form. This is actually in an orange flavor, and it's really good. It adds a nice flavor to my smoothies. I just like to take half of the vial as the serving size recommends and just put that in there. I got this from Nutrition Smart for $6, so it's really inexpensive, and it's a good way to get in vitamin D because basically everyone's deficient in it unless you're outside a lot. And then the last thing, this is totally unnecessary, but I have like the worst sweet tooth, so I just like to add in some agave nectar. I like to do a dash of that, and then you're all set to blend. So I just went ahead and blended this. You want it to be a nice slushy consistency to where it's a thick smoothie. If you were to tilt it, it's not gonna slip. But yeah, it should look like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get it in a bowl, and I'll show you what I put on top. First, I like to just put on a couple of freshly washed and chopped strawberries. Next, I like to take some baked coconut. I like to add just some chopped walnuts, some slivered almonds, and then I actually made this myself. This is just some homemade granola. And then lastly, I just like to add some chia seeds. So this is what my bowl looks like, and I'm just gonna go ahead and eat this all up, and then I will head to the gym, and I will meet you guys back later when I do my post-workout meal. So I am back from the gym. What I have planned for my post-workout meal is gonna be some potatoes as well as a portobello mushroom burger. This is like my favorite. It's so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that. I'll show you what I do, and that will be my post-workout meal. All right, so what you're gonna need for this recipe is obviously a large portobello mushroom. I got the organic kind, and then some baby spinach. I also have some onion, some basil pesto, which is amazing, olive oil, obviously for sauteing, some vegan mayo, some pickles, pepper jack cheese, and some gluten-free rolls, which I'm just going to use in place for a bun. Also, I'm just using this little grill to press everything. And then I'll also be using the pan to saute. Now for the potato, I'm actually going to use it for French fries, but I'm just going to use a baby red potato. Totally optional. I wanted to make more than just one, but I just opened this bag and it actually has a lot that are just like really, really soft, but I found one that is a good one and isn't bad yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this really well, and then I'm gonna cut it into long pieces, and then I'll fry that up so I can make some French fries. So first I'm gonna go ahead and take my roll, and I'm going to cut this in half. All right, so now that I got that in half, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the toaster oven so it's nice and crispy. I'm gonna go ahead and take my portobello mushroom out, tear out that little stub that it has. Just like that, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the presser. Alright, so my timer for my bun is off, so I'm going to go ahead and just put some pepper jack cheese on there and close it back up. I'm not going to set the timer or anything, it's just going to be leftover heat from the oven toasting it, just to help melt that cheese while I'm doing everything else. If you're hearing obnoxious noises, is this little one. Lilo! So now that we're over at the stove, I went ahead and just took the sliced onion, putting it in a pan with some oil, as well as a massive handful of spinach because it will shrink. And then I have my chopped potatoes, which if you can see, they're fairly thin. You want them to be kind of thin like a French fry. And I'm also putting that in another pan with oil. And I love to season my food, so I'm gonna go ahead and season it with lots of garlic powder. I like the pink Himalayan salt, but I guess regular salt will do. And then some cracked pepper. Again, I'm not like super high carb, super low fat. I'm just overall balanced in my opinion. I try to be at least. Alright, so now that I've done that, I'm coming back over to my toaster. And as you can see, the cheese has melted. So next what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and just pick this up, put this on. I'm going to take my mayo. I'm going to spread that on there. Then I'm going to take some of my basil pesto. This is amazing. Spread that on there. Okay, so then I'm just going to add on some pickles. And then lastly, I'm just going to add on my portobello. So the portobello kind of hangs out a little bit because it's bigger, but that is okay. So you can kind of see that is my burger, and it's super juicy, it is dripping, and it's delicious. So I just finished making my fries. Call me crazy, but I actually really like them kind of burnt. I like them really crunchy and crispy, so mine are actually gonna look like somewhat black. Do you hear that crunch? While those are finishing cooling off, I'm gonna go ahead and just make a quick protein shake so I have that to drink with my meal. And I'm just gonna take, again, my organic plant-based protein. I'm gonna do 2 scoops of that, which is 21 grams of protein. I already put some ice in there, so there's about like a half cup of ice. Again, I don't really measure things. And then the remainder of this cashew milk I have. And that's it. Actually, I lied. I'm going to add some chia seeds in there just because I like my chia seeds. Alright guys, so there you have it. This is my meal number 2, a burger and fries, healthy edition and gluten-free. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and chow this down, and then I'm going to go and get ready for work. Hey guys, I'm back home now, ready to make some dinner. I'm really not that hungry, to be honest, but it's obviously important for me to get in a decent amount of calories for the day, especially if I worked out. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat now. So what I'm gonna make for you today is a burrito. So this is something I make a lot. Love Mexican type style foods and stuff like that, so it really doesn't get old for me. But yeah, so I'm just going to show you what I'm going to put in that. And then I actually didn't get a chance to drink this while I was at work because I had to just go straight there, get ready for my appointment, and then take my appointment. So I have this to sip on right now, thankfully. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I have for my recipe. So the first thing you're going to need is some tortilla wraps. If you are gluten-free, I highly recommend the Be Free brand. I love the ones with seeds in it, but I didn't see those at the store last time I picked these up, so that's okay. I just got the original tortilla ones. And with that, that, I'm going to need some mushrooms. I don't know if you guys know this, but like I am obsessed with mushrooms, hence the portobello burger. Love mushrooms. I can put them on absolutely anything aside from my smoothie bowls. And then I'm actually going to be using Taco Bell refried beans. This is the vegetarian one that's like made without lard, but if you look in the ingredients, there's literally nothing in here that would even say that this isn't vegan. So this is vegan because everything in here is literally beans and soybean oil and stuff like that. So beans and soy. So it's definitely vegan. Unless you guys know otherwise, please inform me because I don't understand. But yeah, so this is just the refried beans I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna throw in some Uncle Ben's jasmine rice. Your girl likes it quick when it comes to rice. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just gonna use up like probably like 1 or 2 of these little mini peppers, and then I also have more of my onion, and then I'm gonna take the creamy original chow cheese. What I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna go ahead and like break it and fold it into small pieces together, and then I'm gonna grate it so it becomes like shredded cheese. And then also just on the side of all that, I'm gonna make some asparagus. I could literally eat all of this as, oh my gosh, no, asparagus down. I didn't know there was a hole there. But yeah, so I could literally eat like this entire thing as a meal. That's how much I love asparagus. I make it pretty bomb, not gonna lie. Anybody whom I've made asparagus for, not many people to be honest, mainly my boyfriend, but he loves it. And it's the biggest compliment when we go out and he's eating asparagus and he's like, yours is better. I'm like, thanks, boo. Also, just update on my water intake. I already drank a full one of these and I just refilled. I've been slacking because I was like running around and then I had to film, and then I got a message that I had an appointment, so then I was rushing. So I'm gonna be just chugging along on this thing after I finish my kombucha. So this will be like my project for the night. And then later on for dessert, I'm probably gonna have a black bean brownie. Sounds really disgusting. I assure you, they're freaking amazing. So my friend Chelsea came over last night and she is like literally the world's pickiest eater. What's up, Chelsea? Yeah, she's the pickiest eater ever. She likes everything plain. She doesn't even like seasonings or anything. She's super picky, and she said that they were really, really good. So that says tremendous things. It was a moment for me to just be like, told you, girl. So anyway, yeah, you can't taste the black beans at all, but it's actually really good for you because it's beans and a lot of chocolate. But anyway, yeah, that'll be my dessert, but I'm gonna get to it. I'm really tired, so let me go ahead and get on with it. All right, guys, so I've got my asparagus on the pan right now. All I did was just put some olive oil in there, a 6.5 to a 7. I kind of like to cook it on the higher side of heat. And then I, like I said, douse the crap out of all of my vegetables, so when I saute them and whatnot. So I just put a ton of garlic powder on it, and I put a thick layer of everything spice, which is by the brand Oh My Spice. This is what it looks like, if it will focus. Baby, won't you focus? That was terrible. I totally cracked my voice. Anyway, so it's actually low sodium too, so like if you're someone who cares about sodium and spices, not me, then that's cool too. But basically what I do is I create a thick layer, and look what happens when you shake it around. So basically it creates like this thick crust on the outside of the asparagus, and it makes it super crispy, super crunchy and yummy. And I just constantly shake it like so on the pan until they're all done. Now over here I've just got 2 of the little bell peppers chopped up. I got a ton of mushrooms because I love mushrooms, and then just a little bit of some onions. And what I'm going to do is just put it in this pan all together. I cook that on a little bit higher heat just to make it cook faster because I'm very impatient. Also, just a tip for you guys, when you have like produce that comes in these types of packaging, whether it's the asparagus, let me shake it. whether it's the asparagus and or mushrooms. Stuff like this can get really soggy and gross in your fridge, so all you have to do is once you've opened it, you just stuff a paper towel in there and it will absorb all the moisture, so it actually keeps it fresher a lot longer. Alright, so we got everything done off the stove. A question that a lot of people usually have about asparagus is how to know when it's ready. And that's completely up to you, to be honest. If you like it super crunchy, then undercook it. But for me, I like there to be a little bit of a crunch, but I like it to be like easy to crunch on. So this to me is like the perfect consistency. It's kind of floppy, but it still has structure. It's not gonna like completely bend, you know, come fully in half, but it's got like a nice like, you know, flop to it. Still crunchy, but it's soft. Alright guys, so I've got everything together over here. So I've just got my plate. I like to heat this up for like not even 10 seconds, just like 8 seconds or so, just to get it a little warm. I just find that that helps for it to fold a little bit better. So I've got my refried beans, and then I shredded that slice of cheese. So a good amount of refried beans. I'm going to take all my sauteed veggies, pour that on there, and then I'm going to put this cheese. And you can totally add hot sauce and salsa. I'm not going to overdo it with the acidic foods because I've been eating a lot of onions and peppers, but I counteract it with the alkaline water. If you don't have that issue though, I wouldn't recommend drinking alkaline water often because your stomach is supposed to be acidic. But since mine is over acidic, it helps to kind of counteract when I eat acidic foods. So anyway, I have that, and then the last thing I'm just going to add is some rice. Again, I don't measure anything, I just do what feels right. So that's what my burrito looks like. Super yummy. And boom. Burrito. Now if you want to press this, you can. You can absolutely like put it on the pan with a little bit of heat and just like a tiny bit of olive oil or something, and put something heavy on top to kind of help press it. I think that would be a little bit more successful than the George Foreman grill where it like really heavy presses it. But yeah, so this is what I'm having for dinner. Yum. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy that with my water and my turmeric kombucha, and I'll see you guys for dessert. Alright guys, so for dessert, I actually already ate a huge one, and I'm gonna eat another one because they were that good. So there's my dirty plate, and here is what I'm going to devour. I'm gonna take the biggest second piece because they were that good. Yeah, so I'm gonna have another black bean brownie. So I have no idea how many calories are in these. I don't care, quite frankly, they're delicious. I thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys are even like remotely interested in anything else and you have any questions, just comment below, like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I really appreciate the love and support. And then also just don't mind my face because I just wiped it clean, so yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and thank you for watching again. Take care. Bye.